welcome to the basement. My name is Bruce Lively, and this is a very, very, very special Basement Debates. Welcome to the first installment of True or False with AllG'sReact. Yes, the man himself from the AllG'sReact channel is here. Say what's up, Joshua.
What is up?
Yeah, it's on. So listen, this is what's going to happen, guys. Every now and then, we're going to do, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, I'm not sure yet, but we're going to do a true or false segment. It's going to be a question about a specific style of hip hop. We're going to debate it, me and AllG'sReact, Mr. Joshua Suggs himself, and sometimes we'll have D-Boy Slim here as well. And you guys are going to tell us who won right down there in the comment section. We hope that you like this one. This is the first one. Today's question is, true or false? The chopper style has been stagnated for years and everyone sounds the same. I'll explain it more. Of course, you might know what side I'm on that one. What's up with you, my man?
They already know. If anyone watches my channel, they know I love the chopper, so they know who I'm a ride for.
There it is. With that being said, let go. Yeah, we back, people. It's just me, no D-Boy Slim, but we do have AllG'sReact channel superstar Joshua Suggs with us today. And we gotta ask the question, man. And I'm gonna explain a little bit more. Before you go in, Joshua, I'm gonna explain a little bit more. For this true or false, I'm saying the chopper style has been stagnated. I'm just picking the year since at least 2008, and it's probably well before that. There's no forward movement. Everything sounds the same and maintains the same concepts and content. All right, we're unable to break any underground status. We gotta focus on backpack rap ethics and a judgmental attitude on the hood. I'm gonna just be honest with you. That's what it seems like to me. I could start, but I'm gonna let you give what you think. What's your rebuttal to that, man? True or false? Is that true or false?
I think that honestly is not true. I think we have to look at the style itself, and to do that, we actually need to look at some of the pioneers of the style. Okay, you can always tell what a style of anything is going to do, especially by those who help pioneer it and bring it into the light. So that's why I believe that is not true. Not true whatsoever.
All right, so I'm gonna say the same thing. It is true because of the style's pioneers. Let's look at it. When you had Do or Die, right, and Twister, when it came out, first of all, it wasn't just the fact that they was rapping fast and they was choppers, yeah, but they found a way to make that music. It wasn't like, oh, I'm listening to choppers. It wasn't just that type of style. They found a way to make it mainstream. They found a way to make it relatable to everybody in the city, to everybody in hip hop. Not that they didn't notice that they was rapping fast. It was a cool style, or it was an extremely hard skill to have. But what they did do was they turned it into their brand of hip hop. And then when you found people like, what are we gonna say here? Let's just say Bone Thugs and Harmony. When they were doing it, they started singing with it, turned it into something brand new again, using completely different syllabalistic ways of going fast, but talking about dead homies, or talking about the crossroads, talking about things that mattered and found a way to break through. We're talking about Tech 9. We got somebody who's taken this skill of chopping and continues to break it to a whole new level every time he comes out with something. Different syllabalistic ways of putting things together, different ideas, every idea. Right now, the problem I have that I need you to defend is, why is it that every single chopper is insane in the brain, talking about backpack, or has no way to break through, because it's like it's become a genre style made just for those people who especially don't want to hear radio or who don't want to be cool. Be honest, man. Why does that have to be the chopper style? How come nobody else has come since those days with anything new and exciting like they did with Do or Die or Bone Thugs?
To answer your question, I believe that we first need to look at backpack rapping and what it entails with backpack rapping. I always like to say that backpack rappers are just the generation after reality rappers, right? Reality rappers was those who rapped about their reality, what they see in the streets, what they see in their neighborhoods, and then brought that to the music. Later on, with the invention of being able to access information through internet and other means, you start getting this type of backpack style of rapping where it's still reality rap, but it's mixed in with this, conscious type of mixture. That way, now you got rappers talking about a place they've never been, but they were able to look up information on this place or this situation. So,
right.
So,
but all right, go ahead, keep on.
I was gonna say, so with the backpack rapping and the chopper style, you have to look at how the backpack rapping is, and the use of the chopper style itself with the backpack rapping. But go ahead if you have anything you want to say.
So I'm gonna disagree off the bat. My main problem, what you even said, is reality rapping. It's so far from reality rap. Reality rap we called was NWA when it first came out. Things about what's going on in the hood, like you said. The truth is, there's very few people that weren't out since back then. I'm saying new now. If you can name me somebody new who's not talking about the stars and Gemini and equations and sub-zero contact between the molecules, like, I feel you, family, but I can only take so much of that. It's why I don't listen to the choppers anymore. It's become a competition of how much math you have, or how insane you are. Let me give you, Nick. Well, go ahead. What's your answer to that?
I was gonna say, well, therefore, you have, of course, strange music, which you have
which employs all of the choppers, right?
Mainly all choppers. There's a couple that are not really choppers, but mainly a lot of choppers. And you do have those of the name of Joey Cool or King ISO or JLB, who a majority of their rapping is really about street stuff and life lessons and life interactions. Like that's the majority of all of their.
King ISO, I give you, right?
Right.
But it comes to another part. People like Mayday, who's turned like their entire style is just regular rapping about more common things. I haven't heard Mayday come out chopping like they did since back then. Now they're totally different style. Live instruments with like reggae bands and rapping slower and about certain things that have meaning to them, personal issues. Like they don't even chop anymore, because it seems like what Tech Nine did when he started using 3/4 and he started playing beats in 6/8 and chopping while talking halfway through the chop, or slowing it down and speeding, the way that he would structure an entire verse would have like 10 or 15 different styles inside of the chop. Same thing with Eminem. It seems like they took it as far as it would go, and everybody else just kind of stopped right there. Like, am I wrong?
Well, at one point, everyone kind of followed the same rhyme pattern. You had an AAB rhyme pattern, kind of with your verses. You can tell when the rhyme word was going to hit by just following a simple A or AAB. You know what I mean? You could follow that with ease. What chopping gave rappers was the ability to fit more words within the bar line and restructure away from the norm of where your rhyming words would be and put them in different spots.
Okay, I agree. I don't see how that proves the point, though.
Well, what I'm saying is, when you brought up the backpacking, a lot of backpack rap, like you said, is full of, math and chemistry and all these other different things. With you bringing more information into a verse versus your normal rapping. Let's take Scarface, one of the best. One of the best, he's just a rapper through and through. But if you listen to his verse times versus how much information he's actually giving you, it's not a whole lot.
Damn!
Oh, no. Well, wait a minute. I think we've gone on. I'm not sure. So you're saying that because of the chopper style containing so many words, it ends up lending itself only to be mathematics or something that's so esoteric that most people can't handle.
No, I say it's the more preferred style for those type of rappers. You see what I mean?
Okay.
See what I mean?
So that's fine. I'm gonna give you. Let me give you the perfect example of why I say this is true. Right. First of all, let's look at Token. Right. Token. What is it? YouTube rapper featuring Tech Nine. I think that's the name of the song. YouTube rapper.
Yeah.
Just listen to the difference between what Tech Nine is saying and doing, and all they're doing. This is a classic hip hop thing. You talk about how good you are of a rapper. That's hip hop 101, right? You can do that. The reason what makes that dope is how you do it differently. Every time Token starts to rap, it sounds like every other fast rapper that I've heard since 1990 friggin' 8.
Better hope that your flight is canceled. Make you scream cause I like the sample. Wait, dismantle, put your head on dismantle. I CBS in your channel. Get outshot by my shadow. I don't battle. I do not pretend, don't even rap like this. If I'm not with tech, I got your back, a back architect. The way I built this shit from the YouTube kid,
Every time Tech Nine raps, it sounds like something new that I haven't heard again. I'm like, ooh.
Rapper shoot you actors, not with the way Hulu captures with a G crew master. Do blaster block with the K cuckoo clappers from a soup boot chapter. Tell me how you wanna do it, should I nuke you bastards? Or should I go and get him with a count?
I believe that we're talking about a lack of actual character.
Fine, if that's what you call it.
I do. I call it character. I call that character. That's one of the things that honestly I've debated for many years about rapping in general, is the lack of character. We can name artists that when you heard them, you knew who they were instantly. If you listen to them for even, you didn't even need a whole first verse, you knew who that was because they had character within their rapping. Now, I believe.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that's one of the elements that very few artists have left who are coming up in general. Just like there's very few artists we have left who can do their rap songs over live instrumentation, or you know what I mean. I believe.
So then okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I believe that the chopping style itself, from all the chopping I've listened to, there are those who have great character in what they do, great signatures in what they do with the chopping.
Who?
I've already named them. We have Twister.
Since that we're talking about, give me some names and see if I can. I mean, because I haven't heard them because I got bored.
Right. Okay. Twist and Sane.
Who?
Middle
with it, now they hit somebody get the window when I'm wide awake. Grab the heater right the closet, move it down the hallway looking for my kids. Walk 'em over to the do no make a sound. Somebody in the kitchen, daddy got a weapon. Ain't nobody stepping to you, baby. Hurry up, I don't know who it is. Get your shit and get the TV to my daddy.
I'm from Southeast, nigga, where they winning at. To Oceanside, where they ride. Fitted ass. Till it makes by Helix. Remember that?
Great dope storyteller. When he's rapping, he does chop, but he does his storytelling in a way where when he's chopping, first off, clarity is always important. We can probably agree on that. And his style, the way he styles his songs together when it's a storytelling song, it is so dope and it has so much character to just him. To where if you hear him, he sounds different. I'll give you an example. There's a song called Worldwide Choppers, right?
I know that.
Yeah, okay.
I know that one.
Right. So, you know, Tech went out, found all these different choppers from all around. Okay. It's funny that we don't ever include this person in the chopping style, but he's been a chopper for a very long time. It's Busta Rhymes.
Oh, yes. I was actually going to say that, and you stole it from me. Go ahead. That's because I'm going to use him to prove my point. I want to see how you use him to prove yours. Go ahead.
My point with him is Buster didn't rely simply on the chopping style. He used it. He did use it, but he also was able to find a way to break through with other songs of different sounds. And sometimes he doesn't even chop whatsoever. But the one thing that we can agree on, Busta Rhymes has a lot of character. It always has. So even when he drops a song like Break Your Neck, when he's rapping fast, that character in his rapping is still there. And I believe that is really the argument that we're really having is you hear Tech Nine's character when he's rapping.
So you keep saying character, and you showed me exactly what you're using character as. I call it syllabalistic prowess.
Right. But there's also things that will also set that apart. There's certain ways that you say words, like you said earlier. Certain ways that you say words.
But check it out though. When people like Busta was making music and did the chopper style, was the people who I said did it right. They always come differently. From the Row Dungeon Dragon to his next evolution of Gimme Some More to the next evolution of Pastor Cavassier was chopping completely different, finding a way to stay relevant, not excluding, you know what I'm saying, the fans. It wasn't niche genre music. He made hip hop and could chop. That doesn't seem like what's happening now. You have yet to name me somebody. You said Joey somebody. I'm not even sure.
Joey Cool.
Jody Cool. Fine. I don't know him, so I can't say nothing, but I doubt it, fam. I do. I doubt it. I doubt it. Token, the new dude. I doubt it. I don't think you can name me somebody who does that in that type of way. And number two, has the same backpack content, supernovas and molecules, or just over the head, it has to be. You either have to be a backpacker or something like that in order to be a chopper, and it's boring. That's my take. Say your take again. If I'm going to say,
I don't think it's stagnant. If I'm going to say a chopper with very, very metaphoric or very, very academic style rapping, who chops, I can say Locksmith. He chops.
Tell me how long Locksmith's been rapping. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The new dudes that you're saying, you know they don't do the skill like that. They might say, listen.
It's been a while, but we can't say he's been chopping for as long as he's been rapping. Now we can say Tech 9 because we know that's the style he started with. And even with his start, his music still went through the same process as what you're talking about now. Like you said, he worked to push the boundaries. We can say Crooked Eye because if you've been listening to Crooked Eye for 10 plus years, you know that's what he comes with. What I'm saying is there are choppers, there are some new choppers who do those things, and every style will be stagnant by particular people who try to enter it. But I'm saying,
not true, because we're looking at people like Dave East, who found a new way to say the same Harlem story. Was it Harlem? I think so, maybe Southside Harlem. We find people like we find people. Even your Drakes, even your Kendricks, even your J. Cole. So you can't say that everything is stagnant. And then
those very styles or those very topics do become stagnant if when people, the same rappers, are talking about them. Let's say, okay, let's talk about stagnant. To give a better example of stagnant rapper, right? Who is still known and will still rap about the same thing. G-Eazy. I mean, not G-Eazy, I'm sorry. Not G-Eazy. Jeezy.
I was gonna say G-Eazy actually won me over after I heard a couple of his joints. He had some pretty innovative topics.
I mean Jeezy, okay? Raps about dope. It's brought up almost every single song. Just about. What I mean by I'm talking about the stagnation of the rap bars. I mean, if I throw on a G-Eazy song, I keep calling him Jeezy, I'm sorry, Jeezy song. If I throw on a Jeezy song, a newer song, I can almost predict bars, word for word.
Yeah.
Now,
but that's his. That's what I'm saying.
We can say that's his story. We can say that's
just
story.
About one thing that was different from something else, or his unique Kansas City lifestyle, and never went away from that. That's not what I'm talking about stagnate. I'm talking about the genre itself has turned into genre music, if that makes any
right. Well, no, what I'm using Jeezy as an example, trying to use that as an example to say like what you said with Dave East, how he could talk about the same Harlem story, or Kendrick can talk about the same West Coast story. He's just doing it. Well, one, we have to throw in the fact that they're using different lingo, different slangs, which means something different, right? So if we're going to examine the chopping, then there may be less stagnant people than you think there are, because if you don't understand the lingo or the slang that they may be using from the area they're coming from, that may be the reason for the stagnation.
That's how you're gonna do me. That's what you're gonna say. That's what we talking about. Okay. So even if I give you that, let's wrap this up. I'll give you that. What I think people are gonna be saying down there in the comment section after they heard all of my points is, there's no new Busta, there's no new Tech, there's no new Eminem, there's no new Bone Thugs, there's no new Do or Die. Is what I'm saying is, I feel like if you can't show me someone who's pushed it and progressed it forward into something new and exciting, then it is true that it's stagnant, and you would have also seen that person get bigger than the whole chopper style has been. It's still underground for a reason, because they can't find a way to make it exciting. It's played.
I can give you one.
Who?
Joyner Lucas.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, he would be the example that you're looking for, someone who actually has broken through. So definitely him. But we always have to say, the choppers that we are naming, they just don't chop. You know, they don't.
Right. It's always more than just chopping, but I need to be excited again. I haven't found it. So I'll tell you what, we'll end it there. You got some good points in there. What do you guys think, people? What do you guys think? This is the very first, so it's kind of gone long. It's the very first True or False with AllG'sReact. You guys check out that channel. It's a great reaction channel for hip hop, I think you do movies and games too, bro.
Yeah.
So check that channel out, please, if you're watching this. But leave down there, who do you think wins this debate? I gave my side. He gave his side. You let me know. Put it right down there. Who wins this debate, people? And give us your
Choppers.
Yeah. I need more. I need to be excited. Nah.
Choppers.
With that being said, people, say your piece. Tell your piece, Joshua. We out of here.
Y'all go check out Brain Sick. Go check out Strange Music if you want some chopping. If you want some of that variety, go check out those labels, man. They got something for everybody.
Tell you what, if you want to hear choppers, check out Strange Music because they've hired all of them. How about that? With that being said, peace out, people.